What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video, another figure review, and you know what that means. New setup. Yes, new setup, guys. Table. Bigger tripod. I'm actually standing on it now, which actually feels a little bit better. And a white background. And to celebrate this achievement, I have selected my 1954 Godzilla to be the first candidate. Why did I choose 54? Well, it was the latest Godzilla figure I got, so why not? And I like the 54 design, it's awesome. And it's also the first Godzilla, if you didn't know that. Now, let's go over the history of this Godzilla. Now, I normally say, oh, it's Godzilla, you don't know who the frick he is. But since it's the first one, new setup, let's try it. Alright, so, like I said, this is the 54 Godzilla. The 1954 Godzilla from 1954, obviously. Now, the movie starts off with a boat on the ocean, and flashing lights in the water start bubbling, flashing, and then a beam of light just shoots out and destroys the boat. A pretty incredible opening, I must say. Not as good as Jaws. Wait, what? Who said that? Okay. So, this is the 54 why do I keep saying 54? This is the original Godzilla. Now, what do I mean by the original? Like, what, is there another one? Well, yes, there is, actually. Let me get out 68 Godzilla, just so I could try to explain this. So, Godzilla here, this is the first Godzilla, and this was the second Godzilla. So, this Godzilla ends up dying at the end of his movie. And another one, in the next movie that he was featured in, 1955, Godzilla Raids Again, is a different one of his species. It's basically a relative or something like that. You can tell, because there's differences between them. I don't have the 54 suit. Well, obviously, I don't have the suit, but I don't have the figure, which I do want it. But, I'll put a picture up, and I'll go over the differences, actually, right now. The 55 is skinnier and limber. Much more limber than this one. He's also taller and much faster. This guy moves incredibly slow, actually, but he could still destroy a city in like maybe an hour, which is quite fast, because it's a city of Tokyo, I might add. Well, 54 went up against another monster, Anguirus, which is quite incredible. That fight scene is probably one of the best in the whole series, considering it's the first. It's unique, and it's cool. Now, let me go over what happens in the movie. So, Godzilla is woken up by atomic blasts and nuclear energy and all that stuff from Hiroshima a few years before. Nuclear testing and stuff. The whole movie is supposed to reflect of what happened to Tokyo and what happened to Japan in 1945? Yeah, 45. It's like, don't play with nuclear energy or something. You can create a monster, basically. That's what it is, but the actual original Godzilla was presumably woken up from a deep sleep from that. So, he was not mutated, he was always like this. Now, it's been explained that he's an ancient dinosaur from millions and millions of years ago. I don't remember the exact date. But, this was all explained in the 55 movie. Like, what is he, how is he created, or whatever like that. He's actually the same species as Anguirus is here, which I always thought was quite interesting. But it's weird because there's nothing between them that's similar at all. Like, the skin isn't the same, the whole design isn't the same, but they're a part of this family called the Anguilluses, which is just the old way they used to say Anguirus in the English dub, but it doesn't matter to me. So, he goes rampaging around in Tokyo, and Dr. Serizawa creates this special bomb, oxygen destroyer, which, if you place it in, well, actually, if you set it off in like normal air, it's quite more devastating than it is in water. So that's why they used it in water. It basically takes out all the surrounding oxygen in that one designated area, and will kill anything that needs oxygen. But in process, that's basically what made Destroya, which we'll go over him whenever I have his figure. But basically, it completely decimated Godzilla. He was like sleeping or something, and at least he went peacefully, but he his skin was basically disintegrating, and all was left was his bones. So that's what happened to Godzilla, sadly. Then 1955 came around and we got another Godzilla, which I presume is actually even better than this one. Faster, stronger, leaner, possibly smarter, we don't know. Now, the figure. Let's finally get to the stupid figure. Let's do articulation first, actually. So, both his arms are articulated. Both his... Well, I always choose this leg for some reason to move, but it bends really... It bends here because it's too soft, so it's hard to place it back and place it back. And then the tail can also rotate, but I don't really want to do that because that's just wasting time. Let me put his arms back down. Alright, articulation, awesome. Now, let's go over his detail. Zoom right up in that beautiful face. Now, you might be thinking, oh, he's got the wonky eyes, or whatever you call them. Well, no, actually, it's supposed to look like that. He's supposed to have that dead stare. So this is quite accurate to the movie, which I love. Well, we're not talking about paint, we're talking about detail here. You can see all his skin bumps, all the crevices, the cracks, and his ears. Yeah, this Godzilla actually has ears. There's these little parts of paint and mold taken away right at his dorsal spines there, which look really good. Now, detail is amazing. Now, for paint, let's go over the 3 different versions of this. I didn't mention this, but this is the Memorial Box mode, the 50th Memorial Box mode, which, if you don't know the Memorial Box, go watch my 67 review of Godzilla. But, basically, they take high-grade molds, which were never really seen before because X Plus didn't exist yet. But they take high-grade molds and turn them into figures, which I love the idea, and I wish they still did that, but no, they don't. I wish they did. But whatever. So, the original paint job was much like this one. I think it's almost identical, but there are some differences. I think it's black, not gray. Black, because it's supposed to represent the movie. And same with this one. All versions of 54, except for the Bandai Creations one, which... Don't get it, sucks. I'm not gonna review that. I used to have it, like, way back when it came out. No, actually, when it was reissued, I got it. I liked it. It was a good substitute, but this is marginally better. This looks like the Godzilla, unlike that one. That one looks like 66 for some reason. But, anyway, it's black and white. And now, this is the second release, a reissue. It's standalone, which most Memorial Box figures aren't, sadly. But, it's much lighter, more of a gray than black, and then another color of gray right here, and then the white. I think this is the best rendition of it, but there was another reissue that came out even later, which was more of a dark gray, bluish hue to it. It was alright. It was much cleaner, nicer looking, but I think this one's better because of how grungy and dirty it is, and it just represents the movie, the way he looked in the movie much more. It's like they just took it out of the movie. Like, that's amazing. I think that's amazing. So, if I recommend any Godzilla, any 54 Godzilla, it would be this one, the SH Figure Arts version, or an X Plus. Because, like, you can get the other one, because it's cheaper, but this was quite cheap, actually, so... I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, this is paint. I went over the molding. Oh, size! Here we go. So let's, size. He's about 5 inches, but a little bit taller. Now, let me get our man, Ultraman. So, these two... Oh, Jessica. Don't know who that is? Search it up. I'm not talking about him. These two are about the same height, but Godzilla is a tiny bit taller. This is just a tiny bit taller. You might not be able to see it exactly. But, yeah. So, I would say he's around 5 inches tall completely, maybe a little bit taller. Let's get a 6-inch Godzilla. We'll bring out 68 again. 68's taller. I don't really know if that's correct or not. It doesn't matter, really, because all Godzillas are 50 meters in the whole Showa series. But, so this works. So you can have, like, these guys, something Monster Island Buddies related, I don't know. Let's do the previous figure. Sedora. Now, I mentioned Sedora was 60 meters, and Godzilla looks pretty good. Looks pretty good and accurate. Sedora does pretty well, but he could possibly be taller, but that doesn't... Oh, come on, Sedora! See, he ruins all my videos. He ruins them! Okay, now let's bring Anguirus back, because why not? This is good. This is quite better than anything shown so far besides from the Ultraman. Ultraman could have been a little bit smaller, actually. Let's do 2 more. Red King, because why not? Because it's a Red King. Now, here's the problem. Red King is it's supposed to be 45 meters, but he isn't here. His figure is like 6-something. Now, I have said in the past we could say it's a 60-meter Red King, but it's not. This is the first Red King to ever appear on Ultraman. That's supposed to be the same size as Ultraman. So no, this does not work. Unless you want to say it's a 60-meter, but I don't want to do that. I have my own Red King to do that with. That, Skull Monster 2.0 Red King, which I do need to get into. Now let's do one more Godzilla that I haven't shown off. They're like the same height. Godzilla 2000. Now, Godzilla 2000, this is the reissue of 2000. I'll see that his card. So he's in the 6-inch scale. Now, they're both 5 inches, but it looks like he's a little bit taller. But right here, that spine, dorsal plate, or whatever you want to frickin' call it, makes him taller. Now 2000 Godzilla is basically the same Godzilla, I'm pretty sure, as 54, if I can recall, in his movie. But this is not about him, so let's get him out of here. So yeah, 54 Godzilla. You might have noticed that he's a little wanky at the feet here. That's how I got him. And I thought originally that was going to seriously bug me, but nah. It's alright. It doesn't bother me at all. Now, that's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the new setup, and I hope you enjoyed the new video. I certainly did, and you'll probably be getting more videos this month. Okay, one other thing. My microphone, the cord for my microphone, whenever I do video games is broken. I have to get a new one. So, you won't see, Night 6 or Night 7 for a little bit, which I know I hate. Because something really, really cool happened in that video. Something really cool. 2 things that were really cool happened. But whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it. I'll see you guys next time. Whoosh. What is he, Ultraman?